I see a lot of lives being lit. And we were talking about Nick Bosa. Because a lot of Niner fans are down on Nick Bosa.
I'm shocked at how much, people are pissed.
3.5 sacks in the last 12 games. No sacks last postseason. And Lane Johnson kicked his ass in the NFC title game. It is what it is. It's just those are the facts. All right? Joey Bosa has held out a couple times with the charges. He's got the bag. He told somebody in Philadelphia that they were broke. Leave me alone. Remember that?
I was here for that, honestly.
Yeah, I was here for that. But Evan Giddings is the only Charger fan I know. Go figure, folks. We've got a Cowboy fan.
Him and that woman that they keep showing.
Oh, and Brad and Sales.
Well, no, that woman.
Oh, yeah, the woman. Yeah, but she's a fake Charger
actress.
fan. She should be in Minnesota. Brad, who runs the sales department, and we got Evan Giddings, who's a Charger fan. Now, Evan, how do you feel about Joey Bosa? Because I haven't heard anything about Joey Bosa all year long.
Yeah, neither have I really. Somewhere around the time he got that big contract is about the time that his reluctance to show up on third downs along with any real important downs tend to transpire.
That's E-Dog, Evan Giddings, on Joey Bosa. And then we got Nick Bosa. Basically referencing training camp as a reason why he's starting slow.
Oh, my God.
I think a little bit. I think I'm trying to work on stuff on the run this year that I wasn't able to do in camp. So those games that I mentioned, the two, I think I was thinking too much because I was trying to add something to my rush plan, which is not what I want to be doing during season. I want to be locked in on what I do best and just doing it throughout the whole year. But there's no excuse at this point for that.
I mean,
there's no excuse, but here's 5 excuses.
Yeah,
on
5
the front end.
excuses.
I mean, come on. I love
5
Nick,
excuses. Nobody brought up training camp when you were pushing the pocket against Matthew Stafford. Nobody was bringing it up when you sacked Daniel Jones in the end zone, which I thought was going to be a safety. Nobody brought it up when the Niners beat the Cowboys and destroyed them 42-10. Nobody brought it up against Arizona. But all of a sudden, you get shut down in Cleveland. You got shut down. Shut down. I mean, wow. Who's that big man, number 79, right tackle for Cleveland? Jawan Jones, shut him down. And all of a sudden, we go to Minnesota. Kirk Cousins throws the ball 45 times and throws for 378, and he has a clean jersey. And all of a sudden, we're going to bring up training camp now? Nah, can't do it. Will not do it. Nope.
Who are the athletes? And we're not here yet. We're not here yet when it comes to Bosa. But if we have a couple of years of this, best believe people are coming. You have to get 15 sacks a year if you're getting paid $122 million. Period. I don't care who's around
Double
you.
digits.
What?
Double digits at least, right?
I mean, you want me to pull up Aaron Donald's stats?
No, I know his stats.
Who he's played with?
I know his stats. There's no excuses for you not winning one-on-ones.
That's what I'm saying. So, Aaron Donald has no one around him and consistently produces. It does not matter. It does. Aaron Donald, by the way, in his career, 105 sacks. You just look at the sack numbers. 12, 13, 12, 20, 11, 8, 11, 9. With nobodies.
Yep.
On a team that's getting the crap kicked out of them every single week. So I need him to ball. But B, when I think of athletes who got the bag and underperformed, the top of the list is Zito, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who else?
Zito,
Nate
Derek
Clements?
Fisher, Nate Clements, Jonah Jennings, Gabe Wilkins, Antonio Langham.
I mean, you're going way back with some of those names.
I mean, there's some bad contracts. Some very bad contracts. Weston Richburg was a bad contract.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Malcolm Jones was a bad contract.
Smith, yes.
Michael Smith, excuse me. 5 years, $25 million.
I mean, but Zito was $130 million for 7 years. The highest paid player
and
ever.
some people forgive him for pitching one game. Literally one game.
2 games.
Well, World Series
Jordan
game one, he
Poole?
went 5 innings. And
Jordan
that
Poole?
was that was the game of Pablo Sandoval. That was his game, not Barry Zito.
Jordan Poole? Even though the contract hadn't kicked in, he got the bag, and it felt like he regressed.
Well, we know. Well,
I'm just saying. I mean, we rode Jordan Poole as a fan base last year. Fair or not.
We did. He got clocked.
And to me,
around the world.
I hold Nick Bosa to a much higher level of scrutiny than, you know why? Because Jordan Poole came kind of out of nowhere.
Right.
And Jordan Poole, I never thought could lead a franchise per se. I thought he'd be a really good second or third, piece at his most optimal. Nick Bosa is a guy I expect to be the leader of my defense for a decade. Honest to God, I expect Nick Bosa to be in the Hall of Fame someday. And I don't say that lightly.
Well, you better pick up the sack numbers. You better pick up some pressure. And you better get to Joe Burrow this week. You bet to get to Joe Burrow this week. We're going to talk to James Rapien, Lockdown Bengals. He knows everything about the Cincinnati Bengals. We're going to break this game down and go behind enemy territory. How the Bengals view the 49ers, what they need to do to beat the Niners. You know, Joe Burrow, you look at him, he's been sacked 14 times on the season. And we've seen games where Joe Burrow's been sacked 7 times, 8 times. Doesn't matter because he'll still go pull those games out. Think about the Tennessee divisional round game.
Absolutely.
Think about Arrowhead last year. I think he got sacked 5 times in the first half. It was like 4 or 5 times he got sacked. And next thing you know, Cincinnati still had a chance to win because Joe Burrow gets hot and he throws dimes. And now you got a D coordinator who's still learning our defense. You got Nick Bosa throwing him under the bus. You got Kyle Shanahan throwing the D coordinator under the bus. And you got Troy Aikman saying this about Brock Purdy's elbow.
And talking with him about his elbow and the injury that he had last year in the playoffs, he's still regaining his strength. It's not 100%.
And it's the Friday before game day, and we don't even know who's going to start at quarterback on Sunday. Brock Purdy could get cleared today. He could get cleared tomorrow.
Who do you want to play on Sunday?
I want Brock Purdy to play.
Okay.
I don't want to see Sam Darnold.
You're not worried about lingering concussion issues? Because if you get 2 in a short period,
look, man,
that's serious.
Very serious.
He's out 4 to 6 weeks. So to me, because I believe in Brock so much, I think if the doctors clear him, I get one to play. This might be one of those circumstances where you just say, take the week off. We got to bye.
Is that Shanahan's nature?
I know, but it's your head.
Is that in his
brain.
DNA?
It's his brain.
We think Christian McCaffrey suffered a concussion against Dallas.
This is my quarterback. And I'm not trying to make it like I care more about one position over another.
No, I hear you about the quarterback. But look at how he's treating the most important player on offense. Let's be real.
No, that's a good point.
Christian McCaffrey's the most important player on offense.
The game is inherently violent, so I struggle with trying to pin it on a coach for utilizing players that are available. You go with who you think is going to help you win.
Wow. This is a great stat right here from Loveman. When Joe Burrow is sacked 4 or more times in a game,
the
Bengals are 2-10-1.
Wow.
So the magic number's 4.
Wow.
Get 4 sacks, you have a great chance to beat the Bengals.
I mean, outside of week 1, they haven't had a lot of games with, multiple sacks.
Yeah,
they
play well.
I'm looking at just how they've built their team, Cincinnati. They're very different than the Niners. Now, they've done good things in free agency, but, it all starts with the Burrow #1 overall pick in 2020. They got the quarterback first, and then they got weapons around him to grow with him.
Yep.
They take T. Higgins in that draft, other defensive players, Jamar Chase the following year. Whereas the Niners were we're going to draft everything around and hope that our, veteran quarterback can supplement what we've got around here. But we're led by the team. The quarterback's a part of that. They're the opposite.
No.
We're led by the quarterback, and the team supplements the quarterback.
It is the quarterback. It's all about the quarterback in Cincinnati. And they've been waiting on this guy, and they gave him a big bag, a huge contract.
He's everything you want to draft when you draft. When they took Trey Lance, they're hoping they're getting a Joe Burrow type.
Right.
And they didn't even come close.
No, they didn't. You're listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMG FM and HD1. San Francisco, always live on the free Odyssey app. Download the Odyssey app and favorite 95.7 The Game for the best and most up-to-date sports coverage. And do not forget, you can also watch us every day on our YouTube and Twitch stream, sponsored by our very good friends at First NorCal Credit Union. Just log on and search 95.7 The Game. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel while you are there. It is a Football Friday brought to you by First 5 California. To learn 4 things you can do to overcome toxic stress, go to first5california.com. Niners sacked Joe Burrow 5 times in 2021. Remember that overtime game in Cincinnati?
It was a great game.
Great game.
Jamar Chase, by the way, is the guy I fear the most.
Didn't Robbie Gold miss a field goal before the end of regulation in that game?
Jimmy was good in that game.
Jimmy was really good in that game. George Kittle was good in that game.
Might have been one of Jimmy's better games that we don't talk about.
Jimmy had a lot of good games. We just have revisionist history. Let's